Alright, hey guys, it's Scissors, and today we're going to talk about people with negative energy. This is a request video, so yeah. So everybody carries both positive and negative energy. It's a balance that you try to achieve, because balance, as we all know, is the main everything or something, I don't know. But because both being overly positive and overly negative can have adverse effects on people around you and on yourself, we try to keep a good balance. So, like I said, there are people who are overly positive and overly negative, and the overly negative ones we're going to talk about. So yeah. Like attracts like, and opposites attract. I know those both kind of contradict each other, but it's true. Oftentimes people who are overly negative and just radiate, their aura is just radiating this negativity around them. They will oftentimes draw in other people who are not overly negative and try to turn them that way. Misery enjoys company. You know, dragging other people down with you would or if they were to drag other people down with them, it might make them feel better. Things like that. So, what to do in these situations? Some people don't know that they're doing it, and sometimes they do. If they do, you can upright confront them. That's a good thing to do sometimes. Just tell them, hey, you are trying to make me upset, and I'm not going to fall for that, so go away now. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But, magically, things that you can do, number one, is to shield yourself. Practice building up a shield around you and keeping it there for a significant amount of time, which can be difficult. But putting up a shield, holding it there so that any, no energy can penetrate it, keep negative effects away from you. And this is to protect your aura. And yeah. But through the day you will end up picking up some tidbits of energy, and that's when you want to do the next thing, which is to cleanse yourself, which you should be doing anyways, because like I said, through the day you just pick up little bits of stuff. But if you've been around someone who's been really negative and you're kind of feeling the effects of it, cleanse. There are lots of different ways to do this, and this could be its own video by itself. It's just cleansing your aura. But a couple simple ways is to use an athame to cut out negative energy, take a shower so that the water is washing away any negativity or any just yucky stuff from your aura. Use the sunlight, moonlight, incense and sage bundles and things like that. And then another option is to remove yourself from the person. Even if they're one of your best friends, a business associate, removing yourself from the situation is probably one of the most effective ways of keeping out of their negative energy rays. You have a responsibility to yourself to protect yourself. Nobody else is going to be able, or some people might be able to, but in general, you can't rely on other people to remove yourself from negative situations. If you are around somebody who is making you feel bad, is affecting you psychically in a way that they shouldn't, you have to take responsibility and do something about it. And if taking yourself out of the situation is the only thing that you can do, then that's what you're going to have to do. In all of this, there are a couple of ethical issues. First one being mirrored energy. In a lot of books I read about, when people are throwing negative energy at you, put up a shield, and then oftentimes I hear about the mirrored shield, where either the energy just bounces off into the universe, but sometimes I also hear that you should bounce the energy back at them, so that they keep their energy. But I would stray away from this bouncing it back at them unless they're deliberately sending energy at you. An unwarranted attack is not, if they're not willingly and purposefully sending negative energy your way, then sending it back at them is kind of just an unwarranted attack, and it's not very nice. And you don't want to drag yourself down to their level. Using Reflective Shield can be effective as long as you don't bounce it back at a particular person. And then there's the issue of binding. Binding energy to people. First time I heard about this, it was in the movie The Craft, and it's talked about in a few other places, a few other books, but it's not talked about a lot from a lot of the books that I've read. But it is talked about, and it is in a movie, so I thought I'd address it. Is binding energy to a person appropriate? In most cases, I would say no. If you are just around somebody who is being negative, I would not bind them to their energy, because it's obvious that they need to release it somehow, and keeping it to them is not a very good idea, because they might explode. But yeah, encouraging them to change might be a better option, but tying them to their own negative energy is just kind of like sticking two rabid badgers in a cage together or something. So I would stray away from that as well. If you ever do a binding on somebody, remember to release it. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But yeah, so those are my quick notes on people with negative energy. Personally, my favorite is to not be around that person, because if they are radiating that much negativity, chances are that no matter how much you shield or how much you cleanse, what they say and what they do is still gonna piss you off anyways, and you're negative anyway, so just remove yourself from the situation. Hope this helped. If you have any comments for me, other ideas, things like that, put a comment down there, and I'll see you guys later. Much love and blessed be. Bye.